Well, hello there, motherfuckers. Now, Fallujah, The Flesh Prevails. Now, most people don't know this band unless you're into the whole death metal scene. But this is a band that I feel in a lot of ways can transcend the genre and attract new fans. And why do I feel this? Well, it's because the band does a lot of things that a lot of death metal bands don't do. For example, take a band like Fallujah, which is this is extremely experimental, which is something that I've said now that I've started doing music reviews again. I've been saying this lately. I'm a big fan of experimentation. I am all for hearing new sounds, bands trying out new things, and perhaps, new subgenres can be created from this. I mean, I think it's a very, very healthy exercise in music. As I said, why should we go for years and years with the same basic, riffs that pretty much all sound like they're cut from the same tree bark, and the same, type of vocal patterns, the same melodies. What's the point of that? Music should be ever evolving. Sometimes it evolves a bit too much. Sometimes like with dubstep, it evolves a little bit too much. But, you know, for the most part, experimentation can be a very, very healthy thing. Now, you take something like Fallujah, which is, pretty much as a whole death metal, and you compare it to something like Cannibal Corpse, which is also death metal, and they sound nothing alike. Now, see, I used to have a friend who used to call every single form of metal death metal, even to the point where I remember that we were sitting in a bar, and she said Avenged Sevenfold's Nightmare came on the jukebox, and she said, "Oh, I hate death metal." Yeah. Does anything really need to be said right there, motherfuckers? No. Okay, so, ignorance always prevails. One of the many reasons I am not friends with her anymore. But besides that, you have to say that, everybody is very, very scared of any time there's any sort of growling in music. They associate it with Satan, and so a band like Fallujah comes along and, could change the very perception of death metal. And why is this? Because they have chosen to experiment, and experiment in such a way that it could change your mind because it is so different. Fallujah has chosen a sound that is very airy, very otherworldly, very spacey. This is a type of sound that, a lot of other bands have tried out. For instance, Mastodon on Crack the Sky has experimented with this type of sound, and I think it's a great fucking sound. You even had moments where bands like Fear Factory have even tried this out, and I'm always a big fan of this. This type of music, it brings you to another place. It's even though there's growling in it, low pitched growls. I feel very, very relaxed during this music. I feel like empowered, but also relaxed. It's a very, very strange feeling. I talked about this in my unbagging. The music, like I could picture myself like standing in the middle of a field. Like it's very strange imagery. Like you look at the album art for this album, and you're like, you right away you think of something heavenly, something godly, and that's exactly like what I picture when I'm listening to this album. It brings you another place. You close your eyes and you just picture, yourself somewhere else, and I love that type of music. The type of music that really stimulates your mind and your imagination, your creativity. And that's the thing. This type of music can inspire creativity because when Fallujah is being creative, You're being creative. Now, I don't know how most people's minds work. I can't step inside your mind. But for the most part, I would think that you have thoughts when listening to music, other than, this is a good song. For me, I usually have imagery in my mind. Usually something associated with that type of music. That is why, like, certain music is used during sporting events, certain commercials. Music can be associated with a lot of different things. Um, that's the funny thing. It's like Fallujah. I can't understand a single fucking lyric, but I love it. And the reason is because it's just the vocal patterns fit together so well with the music, and it's intertwined so well with the guitar and the drums. It's just, I think it's a masterpiece. The Flesh Prevails is just, it is. It is a masterpiece. I feel like, this album is just a creative masterpiece. It's an inspiring piece, and that is truly the best kind of music. The type of music that opens your mind. You could take this type of music and you can apply it to other avenues of your life and creativity. And I think that yeah, Xena is here. Anyway. It's a very good album, and I really think that you guys should definitely get it. I mean, this is an album that you can constantly listen to, and you're just going to, your mind is going to feel something. You're going to feel something mentally when you listen to this music. Alright, so it's a fantastic album. I'll be back to review Arch Enemy War Eternal. Motherfuckers, until next time.